Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. Coming out of busy season for work, it's just hard to find time to get out and do videos like this. And when I do have a little bit of time, I want to get out and really enjoy myself. And it's really a dedication. Anybody that makes videos like this knows how much time goes into it. So when you do get some free time, it's nice to be able to just spend that time and enjoy it. Not saying you don't enjoy it while you're doing videos like this too, but it's just a little extra work. But today I'm back up in the Carrabassett Valley area of the western mountains of Maine, at the same trailhead as last year, about the same time last year when I did the Crockers in Redington, 4,000 footers in Maine. And I'm actually at the same trailhead now, and I'm going to be on the opposite side of the valley hiking Sugarloaf and Spaulding mountains, two more 4,000 footers in the state of Maine. After I complete this hike, I will have finished, I believe, 10 of the 14 4,000 footers in Maine. All I'll have left is Mount Abram, which is just south of here, which I hope to do later this year. And then the last three peaks I have are North Brother and the two peaks of Katahdin, all of those being up near Baxter State Park. So that's all I'll have left for Maine, and then I can start chipping away at New Hampshire and Vermont's 4,000 footers as well. Beautiful early September morning. It's about 50 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover, but some blue sky up there as well. Sun's starting to peek through the trees. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now, and I have the trail to myself. There wasn't a single car in the parking lot. Should be a great day for a hike. It's going to be about maybe 70 degrees for a high today. No humidity and just a light breeze. So round trip, this hike should be about 10.5 miles. I'm hiking from the Caribou Pond Road, just past Sugarloaf's ski resort's entrance road, access road. So yeah, 10.5 miles, about or just under 4,000 feet of elevation gain is what I was reading before doing this. So it's a pretty good hike. When I did the Crockers in Redington, I think that was roughly about the same elevation gain, maybe a little bit less. And the mileage on the loop that I did on that one was about 11 to 11.5 miles. So should be a really nice hike. Okay, I've done the short walk up the road from the truck. And that, if you go to the right, you head north on the Appalachian Trail. And that's what I did last year, up South Crocker and North Crocker. And Redington's out that way as well. You can see the AT sign right here. But I'm gonna go towards Sugarloaf and Spaulding Mountain. So I came back down this way when I did the Crockers in Redington. I did a loop trail and I came back down this way. The AT trail south heads this way. So we're now on the AT, heading towards Sugarloaf and Spaulding. So that was the south branch of the Carrabassett River that we just crossed over. Really pretty spot. Nice to see that much water is still flowing. We've been in a pretty bad drought here in Maine this summer. I thought for sure that was going to be much lower than that, but still got some good water flow to it. Up, up, up we go. We've got a half-mile stretch or so in this vicinity where it's really steep. And then it kind of moderates a little bit. It's a beautiful area in here with all of the club moss and the birch trees all throughout here. And the river's just down through the woods down there. So you can still hear it. First little viewpoint of the day, looking down at a Caribou Valley. That peak right in the center of the screen out there is Redington, and then the one through the trees is South Crocker. I'm actually headed that way through the trees, but in order to get there, we go this way, believe it or not. We're kind of taking some S-curves around the steep part of this mountain. But it's still pretty steep in sections, that's for sure. Up there we go. Beautiful view right here. Looking at Redington on the left, South Crocker in the middle, and North Crocker on the right. See the river down the valley that we just came from? We're gaining pretty quickly going up this stretch. It's steep. Another great viewpoint here. There's Redington. Sugarloaf is to the left here. No, not Redington, that's South Spaulding. I don't know why I said Redington. That's where we're headed. That's Redington over there. I did last year. Redington, South Crocker, and North Crocker. Redington. Can still faintly hear the river down the valley. Beautiful spot. Another cool spot looking at the ridge that I'm going to walk along to get over to Spaulding right there, poking up above that ridge. And then I've got to backtrack it this way and then go up to the summit of Sugarloaf. I think I'm going to go to Spaulding first. There aren't great views from there, so I'm going to go get that one out of the way. That way I can go up to the top of Sugarloaf and spend some time up there where the good views are, and then have the shorter part of the trip back down afterwards. But beautiful looking out into the valley here. Cool getting this perspective of the hike I did last year about the same time too. Someone painted on this stump 2,000 miles. So we must be at the 2,000 mile marker for the Appalachian Trail from south to north if you're headed northbound. Pretty cool. I'm only doing 10.5 miles today. I can't imagine doing over 2,000 miles. I'm up on the ridge, or pretty much up on the ridge now between the two summits. About 0.2 miles to the trail junction where you can either go left or right. Left to Sugarloaf, right to Spaulding. So once I get there, I think I'm gonna bank a right and do the long slog over to Spaulding and get that summit checked out. And then come back from there and do Sugarloaf. But it's pretty cool up here right now, up in the ridge area here between the two peaks. We're at about 3,500 feet elevation, and we're kind of just holding steady at that point. It's pretty flat. Can put on some miles pretty quick hiking like this. If only it were smoother, less roots and rocks. It's actually not bad compared to the beginning of the trail, but there's definitely pockets you can see, like right here, where it's relatively flat, but it's just really bony. So it slows you down a little bit. All right, we made it to the junction, the Appalachian Trail junction. You can see that sign right there. It says Sugarloaf Mountain, 1/2 mile up that way. So we'll go that way on the way back. The AT sign here. We're headed to Spaulding Mountain, so we got another 2.1 miles to go. But it should be relatively flat. It's just along this long ridge here. And then it's a little steep right at the very end, but it's just a short, steep section. But we'll do that 2.1 miles, and then we'll have to do that 2.1 back. And then the 1/2 mile up to the summit of Sugarloaf, and then the 1/2 mile back down here. And then back the way we just came from, 2.3 miles to Caribou Valley Road. So we got a few miles left to put on. We've done about 3 so far, so we're just getting started. But at least we're already at 3,500 feet elevation, so not a ton to have to gain. Like I said, this stretch is going to be pretty flat through here. Until the very end. There's a little steep section just getting to the summit of Spaulding. And the same thing with Sugarloaf. It's going to be flat back and then steep to the summit. Pretty nice viewpoint here. Sugarloaf is right there. You can see the towers. We're looking east-southeast here. There's Mount Abram. Another 4,000 footer I've got to do. Hopefully later this year, like I mentioned earlier. And then Spaulding's right there. This is a cool plaque. Apparently this is the location where the Appalachian Trail was completed. Pretty cool. We're getting there. Almost to Spaulding. All right, I've reached the spur trail with the AT. This is where I came from. That's where I've got to go to get to the summit of Spaulding. It's just a short trek up that way. And the AT continues that way. White blazes. But We're getting off the AT for a minute just to go up to the summit up here. And then we'll backtrack what we just did. Made it to the summit of Spaulding. As you can see, the elevation on this sign is a little inaccurate. It's old data. The elevation up here is actually 4,010, which makes this a 4,000 footer. You can see it's pretty treed in up here, but there is supposedly a viewpoint down here, so I'm gonna go check that out. Catch my breath. It was steep coming up here. Go check out the viewpoint, take a quick break, get a snack and something to drink, and then we'll head back towards Sugarloaf. Hopefully spend some good time up there. Oh yeah, kind of a cool little viewpoint. Looking at Sugarloaf right there, and the Bigelow's out behind, which I have done those two big peaks. West Peak right there, and, oh no, sorry, Avery Peak right there, West Peak right there, and Sugarloaf right here, which is where I'm headed next. All down along this ridge here. Pretty cool. Beautiful day. Alright, I made it back to the trail junction. So I just came from that way, Spaulding Mountain. Now I'm gonna go that 0.5 miles to the Sugarloaf Mountain summit. Right up that way. And then I'll come back down that and head down this way back to Caribou Valley Road. So 2.3 plus a half a mile each way, so plus 1. So I got 3.3 miles left in the hike. And I'm at about 7 right now, so give us almost 10 and a half. Still beautiful out. It's about 11:15 in the morning now, so I should be able to get up to the summit of Sugarloaf here definitely by noon, probably much sooner than that, and have lunch up there. Coming out to the summit of Sugarloaf. Got the towers up here. Gotta head up there. Helicopter pad. Abram down there, Spaulding right there that we just came from, right there. Reddington, South Crocker, and North Crocker. Bigelow's out there, and Little Bigelow right there. There's Burnt Mountain. That's a great hike too. Not a 4,000 footer, it's about 30, I think it's 36-ish. Pretty nice 360-degree views up here, though. Caribou Pond down there. It's a very marshy area. Bet you there's a lot of moose in that neck of the woods down there. All right, I'm gonna find a good place to sit, have some lunch, hang out here for a little bit, and then we'll head back to the truck. Really neat perspective looking down at Burnt Mountain. Maybe we'll do that one this fall. That's a great hike in the fall, foliage. It's a southeast breeze today. It's coming right up through this valley here. Probably 15 miles per hour, so just enough to keep it feeling nice and cool. It's actually perfect temperature right now. It's probably about 65 or so, I'd say, up here. Cool clouds bubbling up. Not turning into anything today though. Probably tomorrow. They said maybe some showers up here tomorrow. But one right above here. I'd say the only downside to this summit is just all this stuff everywhere. All these towers and buildings. But that's because it's a ski resort, so ski resort, and they have radio towers up here for radio stations and cell phone towers, you name it. It's the highest point in this area, so they're gonna put pretty much everything up here. Somewhere out in that direction is Katahdin. Sugarloaf, I'm on Sugarloaf. You can actually see right in there. Let's see if I can get my other hand free here. There, so you can actually see right out there, those two peaks are the Spencers. There's two Spencer Mountains, Little Spencer and Spencer Mountain. I'm pretty confident that's what those are. Very distinct look to them. Just to the, I think they're just to the northeast of Moosehead Lake. Pretty cool. Which means Katahdin is out this way somewhere. But I'm not seeing it. It's a little bit too hazy today. It's on that direction somewhere though. Alright, I'm going to spend a little bit more time up here. And then I'll start my trek back. Like I was showing you earlier, it's about a half a mile from here down to that trail junction. And then 2.3 miles, I believe, from there to Caribou Pond Road. And then it's like another half a mile down Caribou Pond Road to the truck. But that's just old logging road walking, so you can make up that half mile. So probably spend another 15 or so minutes up here. It's currently 12:15, so we got plenty of time. And we'll head out. Well, that's going to do it for this hike, guys. I made it back to the AT crossing of Caribou Pond Road. Just came out of the woods there. There's the sign that we started with. Crockers and Reddington, 18 north that way. And we just got a half mile walk down this road right here to the truck. Like I had said at the beginning, it's been a long time since I've done a video. Been really busy. As you know, life kind of gets in the way. But I finally got an opportunity to get a good hike out here. And hope to have this content edited and uploaded maybe tonight. But definitely within the next couple of days. Thanks for tuning in. Keep an eye out for upcoming videos over the next couple of months. I'm going to try to put a few things out here and there when I have time. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.